am surrounded by cows, and they know what I want to do, I think. So, rye field has come up pretty good. I'd like to get a little bit taller, but I think it's going to be out for them. It's turned off really cold here in North Carolina, and so I think we'll go ahead and turn them in. And look who else is wanting to go out there. What's he going out here?
I don't know.
Oh, that cat's going to get him. It's going to be, they're going to get him again. Let's see if they can get him right quick. Oh, it's going to get him. Alright, y'all, come on. Even the little babies is out here eating it. Ooh, that wind's tough. Happy cows again. I reckon the donkeys ain't quite figured out yet. They're at the point think we're going to feed them, but they'll come out here for too long. Well, Genevieve made it. They finally figured out what was going on. George, he's sneaking in. Come on, George. You've been wanting to get here worse than anybody else. They're all trying to hurt me, eat all they can. I reckon they think they're going to give out. If they eat all this, they'll be full. Alright, well today we're going to try to finish up a few little odds and ends we didn't get to last time. You know, last time we finished up and it got dark on us, so we had to kind of call it a day. So today we're going to finish up a few more odds and ends, nothing too bad. We'll try to get this bucket mounted a little more steady in the barn like it's supposed to be, and try to finish up on the gate latches a little bit. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go ahead and move this chain, because the way I got it right now, I've got it wrapped around the pole, and you can kind of see it's right there close to the fence, resting on top of one of the knobs there, which, you know, as long as it's on the knob, it's okay. It's not gonna hurt anything, but sometimes when you pull all this extra chain out, it does want to wrap around this wire, and when it does that, it electrifies the whole gate. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this eye hook right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and screw it into the post, probably about right along here. That way I can just run the chain through this and back through the gate, and it don't have to go around the pole, or it don't have to go around the post and get close to that hot wire. As you can see, when you unhook the gate now, you've got to actually be careful. Hold on to the chain, because it's so close to that hot wire right there, you don't want to touch it. And then when you close it back, you've actually got to kind of stick your hand behind the hot wire. Come here so you can see it. You've actually got to stick your hand behind the hot wire and get the chain and fish it through like that. So one of these cold mornings, I'm gonna touch that wire like I just did, but I got lucky and it was on the pulse and it shocked me. So we're gonna try to get this thing stuck in this post and get it a little bit better. All right, that'll work right there. Probably gonna go back and get the bolt cutters and cut a little bit of this chain off. It's too long. But once I cut a few lengths of this chain out, it'll be just about right. And That'll hold the gate good enough. It won't go nowhere. Another project we didn't finish, we just kind of made do for the time being, was we hung his bucket with a chain, but it moves around so much. I think he's okay with it because he can move it out here and back and forth where he needs to. But I'm gonna go ahead and make it more secure on this pole right here. So we're gonna go ahead and take it down and mount him a bracket right here that'll hold it up there a little bit better, more steady for him anyway.
That's me. That's me. I know you don't see me. That's me.
Okay. So what I got, I went Tractor Supply, I got a tie down bracket, and got 4 holes in it, got a solid ring in it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mount it up here. Tell you what, I may have to mount it like that to make it fit right. Just have it hanging off like that. What do you think? Because if I do it right here, it's gonna be so close to the edge. It may work though. I wanted to hang it like that, but my bracket is as wide as my post, and I think I could get it to work, but probably should kill all of us. If I hang it about, I need to put it about right here, I think. Does that look about right to you?
Yeah.
Let me put it about right here. I brought something to market with. All right, that shouldn't come down. I think that's gonna hold pretty good. All right, now that's a lot more steadier than it was. It's more upright. You don't have to, you don't move around a whole lot. Flat part of the bucket holds the flat part of the post. And it's just right for him to get in there and stick his head in. Don't have to worry about that chain beating around and rattling and possibly getting hung up in that chain, so that's a whole lot better. Do what? Head of the back shades. All right, coop's clean again. Stay for a little while anyway. All right, I'm gonna turn them back in.
No happy little chickens.
They love to come back in here to clean the coop out, looking around, see what they can find. But it's early enough in the morning, some of them hadn't laid yet, so maybe they're getting finished laying this morning. Go ahead and walk this whole place. Check these new shavings out. You hungry this morning? Alright, let me get your feet out. I'll be right back. Hold on. Watch your head. Move your head. Well, update on Buck. He's doing pretty good. He's getting used to his new place. He's about figured out where everything's at now, and it's so bad he can't see. He's just trying to find out where everything's at and kind of remember where everything's at. So he knows where his feed bucket is now under the barn. We got it changed over to the other tie-down ring, which makes it a little more steady for him, so it don't move around as much as it did with the chain. So he's doing pretty good. He's found out where his water bucket is. But even though his eyes are so bad now, I've seen him before. He'll come and eat him a bucket of feed. Then he'll go out to his water bucket and he's right there at it, but he just can't see it and he'll walk right past it. And it'll take him a few minutes. He'll turn back around, and once he gets to the fence line over there, he turns back around, knows he's been too far, and he'll turn back around and he'll finally find it. But it takes him a little time, but he's getting a lot better at it than he was. First day, I don't think after we got him to the trough and let him drink a little bit, I don't think he drank anything after that. So we got him back again the next day, worked with him a little bit. And so he's about got everything figured out now. So he's doing pretty good. And the shelter's working out great. It's been a lot colder here than it has been. It turned off kind of cool a while back last week, and it's getting ready to drop off again tonight down into the 30s, I think, again. And the barn has done really good. It's a lot warmer under this barn than it is out there in the pasture. And I'm really pleased with this barn. It's turned out to be a really good idea, and it's holding up good so far. Like I say, it's kind of new right on, but Buck likes it. He's got plenty of room under here to move around and get out of the wind. Eventually, I'm gonna come back to the front of it, and I'm gonna go ahead and close it in a little bit. I don't want to close it in too much because I want him to be able to get in and out pretty easy. But I'm gonna go ahead and put like a partition on each side of it to close it in a little bit to keep it a little more warmer there, and have a gate opening in the middle so he can go in and out. Once he gets used to that, he'll be okay with that. I've had a few comments lately online, and actually some folks at work have actually asked me too. Says, hey, we see you move Buck to a new place out there, but what is the difference between the fence he's in now and the fence he was in before? The fence is really the same. It's still T-post with electric fence wire run through it, 4 strands of it. So the fence hadn't really changed, but what has changed is I don't know, a big word, the dynamics of where he's at. He's in a open area. It's almost like kind of a open house floor plan. You know, everything's open. Don't have no hallways to go down, don't have no turns and that kind of thing to go around. So actually the difference now is, I'll show it to you. Buck's pen now, I'm backed up at the furthest end of where he's at, where his fence line is, which is right here. Here's his fence line on either side of me. And there's his barn. But the main thing is here where Buck is now, which is better for him, is this is one open area. I don't know if y'all can see Genevieve down in that corner over there. She's mad because Buck's getting eaten. She's not this morning. But that corner is the end of the pasture where Buck is at now. And on the other side, I don't know if you can see the gate over there through this video or not, but the gate on the other side is the other side. So this is the area that Buck is in now. It's just a big rectangle area. There's no hallways or alleyways for him to go through. The problem he was having before is where the cow barn is and where the pond is and the pasture is where the rye's planted at. He was having a hard time maneuvering back and forth between how to get from the cow barn to where the pond was to where the rye field was. And the reason he's having that problem was between the cow barn and the pond, there's about a 30-foot, I'm gonna call it an alleyway, just a walkway, because my brother's house is on the front side of it, and of course the rye field is on the back side of it. So there's about a 30-foot gap there that they can walk between, probably 30 foot by, I don't know, probably about 75, 80 yards long. That they can walk from the cow barn to the pond and to the back side of the pasture over on that side. Well, Buck was having a hard time finding that 30-foot gap to walk back to the cow barn from the pond. And then on the other hand, he was having a real hard time finding that 12-foot gate opening going from where the cow barn is to the rye field. And that's where he was tearing my fence down quite a bit, because he couldn't figure out where the electric fence line was compared to the opening he's supposed to go through. So that's the main reason we moved him back here. He don't have to worry about going through things like that anymore. It's all open field back here. He don't have to worry about going between any gate posts or anything like that, trying to find an opening to get through. And the second benefit of this is where he's at now, the only fence that is connecting his pasture to any part where the cows are at is that one gate down at the very end over there where Genevieve is, on that end over there. So that's just a small section of fence. So the benefit of that is, if Buck does happen to get into a bind and tear the fence down, that's the only section there that if he tears it down, that the cows can get out. The rest of it around here, behind the house here, on the tree line on this side, and back here on the back side over here, if he tears these parts of the fence down, the cows still can't get out. And that's one of the main things I was concerned about, because I don't want the cows to get out and get hit by a car to hurt anybody or hurt them or anything else like that. So I feel a little bit better about that now, that the cows' fence won't be tore down. But so far so good. He hadn't torn down anything. He's done really good back here. And like I say, I think this is gonna work out pretty good for him. And it's just like a big open, like an open floor plan. He don't have anything to, once he walks up to a post, he knows that's as far as his line goes, and he don't have to go between any post, any gate post or anything like that. So it's worked out pretty good so far. Well, today we're gonna have our first here on the homestead. Kind of good news, but some kind of sad news at the same time. So I'll let you take a look, and you probably kind of figure out what we're fixing to go do. Well, we got the trailer hooked up to the truck. That can only mean one thing. Something's coming here or something's leaving here. Well, today it's gonna be something's leaving here. We're gonna be saying bye to Ernie today. He's got his new home already picked out. Folks come looked at him the other day and decided they'd love to have him. And so it's the first cow been sold off this property in probably 30 years. And so that's good for us. You know, that's something we kind of wanted to start doing to begin with, but just hate it's Ernie. But it's got to be Ernie because, you know, we've already got Elmo as a bull and Ernie's a bull, and we don't need two bulls here. Like I say, Ernie's a year old now, and he's starting to want to do things that bulls do, and so it's time for him to move on to a new house. The good part is he's actually moving about maybe less than 5 miles from here, so we'll be able to come see him anytime we want to. And the folks that are buying him, the guy, me and him work together at the sheriff's office, so it ain't like it's a stranger that's getting him. So I know where he's going. I know the family, they're good people. And so I reckon I'll put it off as long as we can. I reckon we'll go ahead and get him loaded up and get him carried over to his new house. Well, we've had Ernie for a little over a year now. He's been bottle fed and raised up, and I reckon it's time for him to move on, so he just don't have no idea what's fixing to happen, I don't reckon. So we're gonna see if we can get him loaded up in the trailer. He ain't never been in a trailer before. If you remember, I'll try to find some pictures to put back in there too. He came home in the back of a pickup truck. So may have to lure him in there with some feed, I reckon. You know, some feed. We'll see if we can get him in there though. Well, it took some doing, but he's in here. He ain't in here far, but he's in here far enough to count. Time we had to put a pocket holder leader up on the front, twist his tail up on the back. He finally come up in here, but I knew it'd be a little tough getting him in here because, like I said, he's never been in a trailer before, and he still ain't quite sure what's going on. So we'll give him a little feed. We tried to bribe him to get him here some feed, but he wouldn't make that step. So, all right, well, he's loaded up. I guess we're gonna carry him on to his new house.
Are you crying, Elsie? Your brother leaving you?
Here they come. They all gonna tell him bye. Elmo trying to get him before we got in the trailer. Elmo says, I remember what happened to him. Says, that happened to me one time a long time ago. All right, well, let's get him on the road, I reckon.
What's happening? You see Ernie in the trailer? Elmo? Hey, Daisy. Okay, you're loud. Elsie. You got crying eyes. You so sad. Your brother leaving you. You and Bella. What is it, Elsie? Yeah. Babies.
Y'all come on. Come on, get yours. Come on. Come on. Come on in your stall in here. Come on. Hurry up for the rest of the crowd shows up. Alright, go on in where you're supposed to go. Bella's coming. Come on, Elsie's coming. Come on, Elsie. Oh, there comes a big fat tail. You better hurry and shut this gate back. Elmo's fat tail's done come around the corner. Well, come on, Elmo. There comes Elsie right there. Go on in there, Elsie. Go on. Hi, 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 hi. Go ahead, Ernie. Ernie. Come on. Come on, babies. Y'all come on here too. Come around the right way. Donkeys, y'all know y'all supposed to go on to the thing. Go on to the thing. Go on to the barn. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Come on. Come on, baby. Where's the other baby at? No. Shh. You go back. Go to the barn. Come on. Let's go to the barn. Let's go to the barn. Let's go to the barn. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Y'all supposed to go to the barn. Come on. Everybody knows where they're supposed to go. Don't be blowing, George. Alright. Go on up there where y'all supposed to go. Go. Lead them up there. Go on. Go, Genevieve. Go ahead. Go on up. You know where you're supposed to go. Well, we made it back home. We carried Ernie to his new home. And hate to see him go, but he's going to a good place. We got there a little bit ago, and like I said, I've known Joe for a little while, and They're good people, and I know Ernie's gonna be took good care of over there. They've got goats and dogs and cooney pigs and a turkey running around in there with them. So Ernie's getting to see some things he's never seen before, and he's gonna do just fine. But we stayed there for a little while with him, watched him get used to everything, and so he's gonna do good over there. Like I say, I think the crowd here, they kind of know somebody's missing, but they're gonna be all right too. They got more important things on their mind right now with that feed in the trough. And so Ernie's going to his new home, and we still got the rest of the crowd hanging around right here. And like I say, old Elmo, he's probably gonna miss Ernie because they pout around a whole lot during the day, but we'll keep an eye on Elmo next there too, see if he's pouting or anything. But he's got these little babies to keep him busy anyhow. So that's going to wrap it up again for this video. Again, we appreciate you joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends and neighbors about us and see if they'd be interested in what we do here. And like I say, again, we appreciate all your support and kindness you show us all the time. And we hope that you come back and join us on the next video.